In this episode of the Ins and Outs podcast, myself and Jake talk about bringing a camera or filming yourself in a dance class, the pros and cons of it, what we think about it. So if you want to know our thoughts on filming class and how people react to cameras, watch this episode. Make a clap.
Why did you say that the other day?
In class.
That was class, isn't it? And then you looked at me and smiled. I
You get it.
I think a couple other people giggled as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're the people that watch the podcast.
Yeah. Kai.
Yeah. Boom. Go.
Yo. We on the couch. It's been a while. It's been a while since I made you smile. We back in the studio, ready to go. I got new kicks and a real fresh flow.
I knew you were going to go down flow.
I'm wearing UDO. Nope. I'm wearing I'm wearing ins and outs merchandise. Some might say we're in paradise. Some might even call this merch. We are in the podcast church. Oh,
Yo, where did UDO come from?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. It's because I was thinking about it this morning.
What, UDO merch? What is UDO?
No, I was thinking about UDO.
What?
Just that I haven't done one in ages, and I'm doing one Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Swindon.
Encore. Can I get an encore?
Nice.
Yeah.
1 day event, 2 day event?
One. Yeah, we need to judge. Do you want to judge?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely a pointer too. I can see that.
that's a heel. Yes, I like a heel. Heels are good. Yeah, we're back, baby.
We're back,
We haven't
baby.
done one of these in ages. When was the last podcast we did?
Just me and you.
A month ago?
A month ago.
Wow.
Been a
No,
minute.
3 weeks ago.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Yeah, we've been very busy. You've been very busy. You bought a new camera.
I do have we're on the new camera.
You're on your new camera.
Which is
Hi,
plugged
new
into a
camera.
computer, so
People-
solves the... But anyway.
That's what?
What, go? What are you saying?
I was going to ask the audience if we look better.
Well, it's because it's plugged into a computer. It just looks the same. It's,
Oh.
it like
So would they not?
saps it.
Would they not tell us
No.
the new camera?
If we had the double cam sap, they would.
Okay. With your button thing.
Boop, boop.
Nice. So we're back. What's been popping in the world? I've been teaching all week. All week. 39 hours or something like that in 5 days. 6 days.
That's a lot of
6
teaching, bro.
days. It's a lot of teaching.
Your feet.
My bank account. I'm joking. My feet.
Screw feet,
My
bro.
feet. Guys, kicks of the day.
Oh, like a mud on the bottom.
Kicks of the day. What are you rocking today?
And me?
Oh, they're cute. Mine are better.
They're cute. Wow.
They're cute. Mine are better.
Wow.
I bought you them.
You did?
Yeah.
You did. I think these were one of the first pairs you got me.
Yeah, they are. No, second pair.
Second pair, Eclipses
Second
first.
pair. Eclipses first.
And the flights.
The Eclipses were your...
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. And then they were, thank you for doing everything. And these are my congratulations present to myself.
Because you did a...
I booked my dream job, or one of my dream jobs,
Yep,
which hasn't turned out to be much of a dream. But
Do you want to talk about that?
nope, not allowed.
Okay.
But yeah, just that. So I congratulated myself with some shoes. Oh, and I've got mud on them.
I did just say, but...
You said I got mud on them?
Yeah, I put it through to this camera.
Oh no, that's because you made me walk across the grass. Wow. It's all right. I'm all about wearing your shoes.
What are they? Travis's?
No, bro. Off-white dunks.
Off-white dunks. Well, I swear they're like the weird curly lacy things meant they were
No,
particular.
the label on it, the blue thing,
Yeah.
that's off-white.
Right.
That means it's off-white. And then my eBay verification tag.
eBay verification.
Yeah, that.
Why would eBay verify
Because
it?
I bought them on eBay. So then they get sent to a trainer authenticator to prove that they're real before I spent £280 on them.
How do you know if that, like, how does an authenticator know that they're real? Like, surely the people who are making the fakes know how to make it look real.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Would you know what makes them real or fake?
Some fakes I can tell, but some that are so good I would never know. But it's someone's job to know.
I'm just, makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wow, it's like saying, would you know the difference between a good dancer and a bad dancer if you don't know dance?
Okay, but like surely the people making fake trainers know how to make fake trainers look like real trainers. Like if they're going to go, I know an authenticator is going to look for this one little stitch at this point.
Solid point.
They're going to be like, well, I'm going to put that stitch in too.
Solid point. Have you not seen the...
But a shit dancer can't be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to add texture and groove to this section because they don't know how to.
Yeah, solid point. I rate that. Respect.
Have
you not seen the videos of the person from eBay who authenticates shoes? The woman.
No.
Bro. She's like one of the most successful shoe people like there is. Like she's big in the shoe game.
Right.
But bro, she literally gets the shoes out, looks at them, sniffs them. Real.
Fuck off.
Swear
well,
down.
this goes to prove my point even more. Like, what does that tag actually mean? Did she just fucking look and go, yep?
Yeah, basically. But she's the best in the world at looking and going, yeah.
Smells them.
Yeah, she
That's
smells
some
them.
fake level smelling shit.
Yeah,
right?
she's like, that doesn't smell like it was made in that factory.
No.
I don't know, bro.
I was going to say.
But anyway, yeah. If I got a steal, bro, then these are £500.
How much you getting for?
280.
Let's go. How come so cheap? They're fake.
Fuck you.
Yeah, if you look at that stitch right there.
They were worn once or twice. Look, they got a little crease
fresh,
on the
though.
toe. Little crease on the toe.
Oh,
and then I
right.
creased them even more wearing them the other day. But yeah, I don't know. Someone just didn't want them, obviously. Maybe someone was broke. Someone's electricity bill must have went up.
Bro. Bruh. I got my new contract for gas and electricity. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Gas, 12.5 times the amount. 12. So this is for my gym. 12.5 times, not percent increase.
So if it was £1, now it's £12.
How absurd.
So if it's £100, it's now £1,200.
Yep.
Wowzers.
Like,
My maths.
bruh, like it's crazy. Anyway, we're not here to talk about
Anyway, fuck.
that. Russ, I'm about to fucking rant.
Yeah, we should turn all these lights off.
Yeah, quickly, guys.
Yeah.
Silently comes on for the first 20 minutes and it cuts out.
We're doing 2 episodes today, one with a light, one without.
What was that?
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, anywho, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about filming dance classes.
Okay.
Because we both are in that environment an awful lot, where you are the person filming it, and I am the person in the class or teaching the class. So
Can we quickly clarify? Are you talking about filming groups or filming like promotional content? Because we do both.
just in general,
Having a
filming
camera in
class.
the room.
Yeah,
Right.
even if it's not the camera, even if it's a camera. So like this week, I was teaching, and I was teaching people a routine which they struggled with quite a lot. And
Is this in your normal work? Like
yeah,
college
my
or
normal
whatever?
work life.
Yeah.
And at the end of the lesson, it happened multiple times, like where they were like, "Can we film ourselves doing the dance?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they would do it, get it wrong, and then be like, "Oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again." And I was trying to figure out the purpose of what they were filming it for, because you struggled. Like you were, so they were filming themselves do something that they didn't do an excellent job of because it was more complex than maybe what they used to, or it was too hard for them. You know, that's the whole point of a dance class, to go and challenge yourself, right? But I was like, why do they feel like they have to film it? To like,
Is this every class or is this just one specific?
it happened a few times after a few different classes this week.
Right.
But like, I was just curious as to why they were filming it. Because at first I thought maybe they're filming it so they can go over it. Because I'm going to teach the same routine next week and add on. But I was like, or are they filming it to put on social media? And then I was like, but why would you like want people to see you not doing a great job? You've just learned it and it's out of your depth. And you're filming yourself, and surely you're going to look at that and go, this isn't me dancing this to the best of my ability, or to even like, to be honest, even to that great of a standard, because I'm giving you a very complex routine. Like, not because you're not a good dancer, but just because I'm giving you something that's above your ability at the moment, and we're going to work on it so you can figure out how to get to that ability.
I think my initial thought process is people just use content for content now. It's like, if they did a shit job, not saying they did a shit job, if they didn't do it as good as a job as they would like, they can upload it, but like, yeah, this was a struggle, I'm failing, not failing, but like, I'm in the learning curve. Because like, no matter what content you have, you can just put a different caption on it.
And make it valuable.
And make it
Make it
valuable.
bring
Like-
value to the content.
Yeah. Or make the content like you can go, oh,
Because I've shared videos of me like, if I'm in class and I fuck up, and I'll be like, I made a mistake, or videos of me doing a routine. And I'm like far from perfect, lots to work on. Taking a ride on the struggle bus.
Exactly. But if you roasted that video, you'd have just gone, oh, like me
But-
dancing this content. Gone.
I still look good
You say,
because I'm at a standard of a dancer
yeah.
that I'm gonna look good.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't look incredible. I don't look to the standard that I hold myself at. But the majority of dance or humans or my Instagram, I do a good job because I'm.
Are these people? Do they
Advanced at
people
what I
think
do.
that they're there as well?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but surely do they not
Sorry,
not
turn my phone off
acknowledge that feeling that when they're learning it or when they're dancing it that they're struggling to achieve? Do you know what I mean? Can they not physically feel the struggle for them to execute? And then they film it. I don't know. It really surprised me. So then another class asked if they could film, and I said to this class, then I was like, "Yo, like you can more than welcome film it. Like do what you please." I was like, "But I don't feel like you need to show the world this. I feel like you can use it as a tool and look at it and go,
Well,
I need
messed
to
up.
work on these things."
Yeah. So to me, that's really valuable. Film, because it's actually really hard to pick up on just from watching yourself in the mirror.
Yeah,
on
for
what's
sure.
going right and what's going wrong and blah 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 blah. So I think from a constructive criticism and development, I think you should actually film every class, because I think you can learn just as much watching the class back
Yes.
as you can participating in the class for your own development. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
saying like even always filming you do it and then putting 2 comparison videos next to each other, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So I do think videos are actually a very useful tool for development in any skill set, whether it's bloody rock climbing or
Yeah, because
or
you
dancing.
can analyze like in let's say NFL or football, whatever sport, they watch back old match games
the
and stuff
games.
like that,
Yeah.
and they go, "Look, this is what we did right."
I think
this
they
is what
actually
we did
have
wrong."
that. I think they actually have a specific member of the team that watches back.
Well, yeah, watch his tape, and then
Like
they go
that's
back
their
and go,
whole job is like,
look what we did here. We did this 6 times and we shouldn't have done it.
Hmm.
So as a dancer, we can do that to ourselves. But I don't know. It was just.
but I don't think it is for that.
No, neither do I.
I think it is for content is king. Like everyone just wants content now, and that's the
Yeah.
world we live in. Remember we talked about this? I think it was a car episode where I said in the back of my mind I'm trying to think about getting BTS shots if I'm on a videography job
Yes.
or whatever, or I want to get a shot of me training a client or whatever. It's like it absorbs like 20-30% of your intellectual capacity because I'm thinking about doing stuff that isn't just the job, because I'm thinking about social media. And I think that's probably the experience that most students are having, if not all students. They're going, I want to get content. Rather than going,
Interesting.
I just need to train.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just really bizarre to me because I was like, surely you can feel that you
Getting it.
you can't do it. You can do it, but you can't do it.
Yeah.
So like, and it's not like they got the take and they were like, yeah, now I'm going to be able to watch it back and remember it. They wanted to keep getting a take.
To get it better and
To get it better.
Which
Like,
means that it suggested it's for
which
content.
made me think it's for content. And I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, if I was you, I would not be filming. And we only did like 3/8. Like, I would not be filming this and trying to show the world this yet.
No. I just don't think...
Do you think maybe it also stems from like, you know how like we've spoke about this before, I don't know if it was on here, but like with TikTok, when you see people like marking choreo,
It's like the vibe now.
and it's like everything wants to be like small and kind of lazy or wrong. Do you think that's do you think that's highlighted that we can still make use and content out of lower quality work?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But I was watching... you see quite a lot of like very high-end professional dancers, like top of the range, uploading some bait TikTok video.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to... I can't actually think of a name, but I'm definitely not going to call anyone out.
I will.
But like in my mind, I'm like, why? Like you're a S tier and you're showing D tier content. In my mind,
You're a what tier?
S tier, like
What's that
above A, the one above A.
What? That's S.
S is like top.
Oh, really?
You're S tier.
Thanks, bro.
I'm C tier.
No, you're not. B.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
B plus on a good day.
Minus.
Wow. But Yeah, like you see it all the time because that is like the cultural norm, and it's like that culture is most likely stepped into learning environments.
But with like TikTok, they're doing it for us. They're doing it because that is what TikTok's for. That's what it is. But I still didn't understand that you're filming like a legit dance class poorly, like you not doing a good job in a legit dance class. Like I just can't quite understand or comprehend why.
Because
I wasn't tagged in any videos, so I don't know if they
you don't know
shared
if it ever
it.
did. It might never.
And maybe it wasn't, and maybe I'm way off. But I just was really like bamboozled by it.
Because I do think that is the focus of most teenagers is content. Like I teach teenagers, and between classes, they are filming TikTok videos straight on. Like it's their brain goes zoop, content.
Which a part of me likes it because I think it makes dance more accessible to people, or it makes dance more
More globally seen.
And recognized. 100%. Like the other
But that's
day,
the
I saw
focus.
2 girls dancing in a supermarket.
Did you?
Yeah,
Or filming a TikTok.
Yeah, filming a TikTok, genuinely in a supermarket, and I was like, "Dope! Like you're confident enough to dance in front of people."
Were they good?
Like no, but they obviously weren't dancers. Do you know what I mean? They were just like,
doing a TikTok video.
and by weren't dancers, I mean like didn't want to be a dancer maybe, but they were just doing a TikTok video for shits and giggles, and they were doing it in a public space. Like, yo, that's brave. I don't want to dance in a public place,
No.
and I'm really good.
I'll
like,
seven.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm embarrassed when I dance in public because it's like, but then maybe that's why it's more embarrassing.
Because you're an old boy now. Do you know?
Wow.
We're an old boys now.
Yeah.
I put myself in that
You're
category.
under
too.
30, bro. Shut up. But yeah, I don't know. So then okay, so there's that aspect of filming class. From a marketing point of view, or like, no, rewind. You're the man with the gun at the moment, right?
Yeah.
You're the man with the camera. Do you notice a change of energy in the room or
moment
of
I put out a
people
camera?
the moment you get the camera out?
100%. So like, I was saying this to someone quite recently. So event videography is quite weird because you have to be like a ninja and capture
Hence,
people.
you should have been called the camera ninja.
Because you're trying to capture moments without being seen. Because if you're having a laugh and a giggle with Georgia at an event, and I put a camera on you, you completely change. Not you specifically, but like the person I'm pointing a camera will completely change.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
No.
But go on.
You know, or people play up to it more, which is nice, and dancers do play up to it a lot more. But the energy completely changes. So it is like it's quite interesting watching people's behavior with a camera next to them.
Do you ever notice people, like, so say when you watch back your footage, do you ever notice people's demeanor change in a dance class when they realize the camera is near them?
Yeah.
Like, in what ways? Do you think that they turn something on, or do you think they turn something
Dancers
down?
turn on, muggles turn off.
Okay.
Which is like if I'm filming an event and there's muggles and dancers go, camera!
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Muggles are like, fuck.
Yeah, hide.
I think, for me personally, I would mess up more if I knew there was a camera pointing at my face. Even if I was just marking a combo, like learning it, like how we do like promotional videos or whatever. But yeah, it brings out the showmanship in everyone.
Because sometimes the camera makes me feel vulnerable, like for dance.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't care. Like, I think it all depends kind of like one place I'm in mentally on that day.
And also probably who's the content going towards. If you know that I'm pointing a camera at you,
It doesn't bother me.
because I'm never going to go, this is a dickhead moment of Kane.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
But if you had a complete random videographer and you're in
at someone else's event,
at someone else's event, you have no idea what's going to be
what's
made
going to
permanent.
happen with that content?
And this is the thing is, people react as if camera is permanence.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
it is, but
which it is, but it doesn't mean that content's going forward. Like a lot of times, people will go, "Oh, make sure you don't like get me in this video doing this or whatever." Like, or if I'm filming them, I'm like, I'm never going to choose your lowlights. I'll always choose your highlights, sort of thing. But a problem is highlights and lowlights are opinionated.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? But
Because you always, I mean, when you film me, how many times have I said, I probably look like trash, I don't want to see it. And you go, no, you'll like it.
You'll
Or
like it.
you'll go, I'm not going to send you this one.
I have actually done
and you
that
have
before.
done that to me. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
gone, do you know what? I'm not going to send you this one. It doesn't show you off in your best
in your best light.
in your best light.
And
I'm
that's
like,
because we've got that relationship.
yeah,
there to
and
do
I'm
that.
like, dope. So maybe that's why I feel comfortable with you.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing it at like a let's say like a Can You Dance or a UDO, like as soon as there is a camera, I'm always like,
I better be in my top
I
tier.
have to, and I need to make sure that I don't mess up a word.
Yeah.
I need to make sure, like, do you know what I mean? It changes.
Absolutely. And I've asked quite a few people to be on the podcast for this podcast, and they're professional dancers, and they're worried to come on the podcast because they know that podcast equals permanent, because the camera and the audio is like a permanent feature. And I think that's what scares people the most is, camera equals
That they
permanent.
might say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing.
And then it's out there on the ether forever. So something which is quite interesting. So something that I thought about quite recently is
But then even then, we would never throw them under the bus. If they said
Of course
something
not.
and we're like, actually, I don't like what I said,
we'll just cut it out.
we'd be like, yeah, we can cut that out.
Absolutely. But something that I definitely learned from, especially our friendship and being on the podcast, is I'm now okay with a lot of permanent stuff being permanent.
Yeah.
Like, there's been so many times you've uploaded a story of me, and I hate it. It's like a mugshot of me, like on a night out or whatever, and I'm like, I fucking hate it. Like, and that's kind of brute forced me into being okay with stuff.
It's because it's you. It's because it's just you being you.
It's me being me.
It's actually you accepting you.
Absolutely, it's you accepting you, and also
Not having to worry about what other people are like thinking of you.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just being like, that is me at my rawest, in my low.
Yeah.
But let's use that in glory and like make that a good thing.
And also in today's social media world, permanent isn't really permanent. It's on there, but like what we discussed with Cody Wiggins and a few episodes, shit lasts a minute and it's gone.
Not even.
Like it disappears. Like you scroll through it and then you're never going to see that video again.
Yeah.
You know, like unless someone specifically goes onto your grid, finds that specific photo or video or story highlight or whatever. Like most people will never see it after it's been around for like an hour to 24 hours. So
Like I keep doing this thing now since that episode with Cody where I share like some of my old favorite combos on my story because I'm like, someone might not saw it.
yeah,
Like, do you
I've
know
been
what I
doing
mean?
the same thing on
Like
like
I've been going
Gibson
through,
Media and stuff.
yeah, I've been going through like the old like training program footage and sharing stuff because I'm like, someone might have missed it. Like,
and you get new followers and blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah, it might go viral now.
It might
Like,
do. Yeah.
it hasn't, but it might.
So yeah, camera creates, I think, a perceived perception, same word. It creates an idea that is permanent. So it definitely changes the energy.
And the other day I saw, and I spoke about it at the program, I saw Teresa Espinoza, incredible, like OG dancer from the States, danced with Brittany, Janet, like just she's epic. She did a video about like accepting the camera. So like coach yourself, or like when you see a camera, don't be like, oh my God, here's a camera, I can't go wrong. Don't be like, oh my God, here's a camera, I must perform. Just look at the camera and be like, I welcome you into my training. I welcome you into this life. Like you're going to be part of this journey just the same way the mirror is, the same way that other people is, the same thing. And make it become normal. And then it's no longer going to have that thing of you where you go, oh my God, it's a camera. It's no longer going to create that, I guess, fear.
It is a
It's
fear.
kind of fear,
It really
the
is a
fear of going wrong on camera that
Yeah.
dancers have, where they're like, oh my God, I messed up. Like, it kind of eliminates that fear, which mentally might make you relax, so you'll dance better or you'll perform better because you no longer have that fear, because you've trained yourself to just be like, this is just a camera and it's just in the room with me and nothing else changes. There's just a camera there.
And if someone sees it, so what? And because that's the thing, is like we think someone watches our video and someone goes wrong in it, people are like, oh my God, they're shit, or you know, you feel judged, or whatever. But most of the time, they don't really care.
I go wrong all the time.
Yeah, but
I do on camera. Like, if you think when Lisa come and taught, I went wrong. I didn't.
You did?
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just kept going. Like, because in my head, I'm like, if this was X Factor,
you go
keep going.
No, it's an interesting one for sure. I had a point, a really bad point.
Sorry, I
Just
threw you off.
threw me off. What were you just saying? Rewind.
Accept the camera into the room. It's part of your training. Remove
Yeah,
fear.
okay. So throughout, especially since we started the videography side of the podcast, has your ability to be you changed since when me and you started with a camera versus, or just throughout the whole podcast period? Like, have you felt a difference in the way you behave in front of a camera or on a mic?
I'm just far more calm. Like, I'm more relaxed. I can be myself. I feel like even when I first started doing the podcast, I was nervous, like anything, right? But normally it's because I think as well I was always doing interviews. So I was always talking to someone that is...
You aspire, or inspired by, or whatever.
I'm interviewing someone, like someone that I look up to, or one of my peers, or maybe someone I don't know, or one of my heroes, or even if it's one of my friends. It was never just like, I can't just make that happen again.
Right.
Whereas like, since it's been like us, this is far more easy because like, I don't know, to me it's just a chat with you. And if I say the wrong thing, it doesn't matter. Like if you say the wrong thing, it doesn't matter. We're both like...
Whatever.
Yeah, there's zero judgment. Whereas I think when I was interviewing people at first, I never wanted to show them in a bad light, and I never wanted to show me in a bad light. So I was maybe quite cautious about things I would say.
Yeah.
Not always, because sometimes I would go rogue and throw things under the bus. I would always be willing to maybe sabotage myself, but I would never want to sabotage them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like throughout this podcast project, I was kind of touched on this earlier, is I've really learned to be okay with being me in front of a camera, and that I'm enough of a human to be comfortable with that. Because when we first started, I definitely wasn't like fully...
You didn't even want to be on the camera.
I didn't even want to be on the camera.
You were like, remember, you used to be like, I'm not being in it.
Fuck that. And that having that kind of volume and exposure to a camera has definitely like allowed me to relax. Like someone said to me who watches the podcast, good friend of ours, Sarah Jane, she says, you're just totally you.
Yeah.
And I was like, to me, that was my biggest win.
Yeah.
Was just being comfortable to be on camera and just be yourself, you know? And so like what you're saying about just accepting the camera being in the room is like, can you just be 100% you and be okay with that?
So do you know, like when you're filming, like, so at the program when we do solos, I always find it interesting how many times people will make a mistake or mess up because they're being filmed a solo on their own.
Right. Versus groups.
Whereas they never make that mistake maybe in the groups. And then as soon as the camera and it's a solo, they're trying extra hard. Or like...
They're doing something
different because they're trying to do the most for the camera, which is fine. But how it changes everything that they were doing. So like even before you're filming, when we just do groups and there's no camera, like, or we're just dancing it, some dancers look like they're on. It's perfect. They're in the pocket. Like everything is like, for where they're at, the best it is. And then as soon as the camera comes on, they start making different choices. Or like they dance things different to how they were dancing it. And I'm like, oh, you're off now.
Well, it's like I used to do freestyle competitions. And if I was in a studio and I'm at my 100%, I'm like, yo, I'm killing this shit. I used to think so. The moment I was put on a stage, it was like, because I'm trying 150%, I actually end up doing 50% of ability.
Yeah.
Because my energy and energy levels are like...
Energy sucks, man. Your energy is the worst tool. That's what I always say. Don't rely on energy. But adrenaline, you can't... sometimes it's hard to control adrenaline.
Massively so. Like, and it's probably the same element, isn't it? For having a camera, it's like your energy spikes to 150, but actually you want to be an 80. Yeah. Especially for like a combo like we did, the Missing You combo. Like you don't want to be 150.
Banging that out, no. Not at all.
You know,
so be cha-cha chilling. Cha-cha chilling with loads of level changes.
Yeah. So okay, that's an interesting point then. So someone who's obviously well experienced with being on stage, being on camera, blah, 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 and talking about containing and maintaining energy levels, like is there a tactic you use to go from that 150 back down to 80? Because you I feel like you chill at 70, 80%, like energy-wise when you're dancing.
That's my happy place, yeah. Anything over that feels like stress to me.
Yeah.
I just always try and take deep breaths before I go.
Right.
Like I'll always be like,
as you're like walking on stage or like just before the number's about to start.
Like because I can feel my adrenaline, nerves, anxiousness, excitement, depending the scenario. Sometimes all of those feelings at once. So I just really try and take deep breaths to like slow my breathing down. And then I just kind of, it sounds stupid, but I just kind of go, what'll be, will be. Like, it is what it is. Like,
so there's no fear of fucking up then?
Yeah,
or is there a fear
there
still?
is, but it's just like, I know that I might mess up, but I know how to keep going.
Got you. And with that, is that just because you got experience?
Yes, I think because I've messed up in multiple places where it really matters. I'm like, well, I survived them. Like, do you know what I mean? Nothing happened. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's become normal to me.
Right.
But you know, like, but my scariest, and I always say it, my scariest time to dance is as soon as we do a judges showcase at UDO.
Because
Like, that's the scariest time.
So funny, innit?
And those are the ones where it's not my energy levels that I can't control. It's, I get like wobbly legs. I get like jelly legs.
Yeah.
So like, I have those moments where I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready. Like, even if I've warmed up and I'm prepped and like I've like got my core ready, my legs are already working. It's just, there's something which inside of me is nervous and I'm just a little bit off.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I don't have that because I'm not a solo dancer. I'm a group dancer. Like, I like dancing in a group. So if you put me with 10 other people, 5 other people, 3 other people, I wouldn't have that feeling at all. But as soon as it comes to being on my own, I go, oh, fuck. I'm nervous. Because that's the thing I don't train.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I've never been a soloist. I've never been a watch me showcase this combo on my own. I'm not that guy. Like, I'll do it in class to show you what it's meant to be like, but I'm never like, everyone sit down at the end and watch me. Never. That's not my MO.
And it's going back, that's a point I was going to touch on earlier, is groups versus solos, is when you're in a group, even if you're in like a group of 3 or 4, you're thinking, my head goes, so there's probably a 33% chance I'm being watched right now. The other 66%,
Of course your brain goes
I'm over
percentage.
here somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you're doing a solo, all eyes are on you. But if you're in a 3 or 5, whatever, like,
Interesting.
it's like a split of attention.
When I'm with people, I just think, right, roast them.
Right.
Like, it becomes like, I'm going to dance with them, but I'm also going to like...
See, I'm hiding away. Like,
I'm
take the attention away.
I'm going to try and roast. Whereas on my own, I don't know. I still have that feeling, but there's nothing to feed the energy off. Even though there's people in front of me that, I don't know, it's weird.
There's no competition.
But then even like on Sunday, when I got Leia to dance and I wanted her to do a solo, because I just wanted everyone to watch her dance because it was like, the choices were perfect. And then you were like, you're dancing? And I was like, no. And then Kai was like, yeah, you dance. Then some other people were like, you dance. And I felt like I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, I didn't want to be like a dick, like I'm not doing it. And there's no way I was going to be like, I'll do a solo after Leia. Like, I'm just not that person. But because I wasn't ready to dance, I hadn't like mentally got myself in the game and I hadn't danced for an hour.
Yeah.
I was cold. Like, I was nervous then.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that nervous because you're going to get roasted by Leia, or just nervous?
Oh no,
that-
I don't mind being roasted by Leia.
Okay.
I'm all up for that.
Okay, but
I don't want her to roast me, obviously. But like, I'm not. It's not like I'd be embarrassed if she was.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, she's phenomenal. If she roasts me, like, touche, and she did. Good for her. Like, but even then, like, where my body wasn't ready to move, like on the stop, you know, the stop moment in it.
Then the look.
It doesn't show, but my leg was like, I was so, dude, I had no stability in my right knee. I stepped on it and my whole leg felt like it was quivering, and I was just thinking, please go Anna 80, Anna 1 right now. Like, but you wouldn't know that, but that's how it felt to me. But because I just wasn't ready or in that mindset of being like, I'm going to dance for everyone now.
Yeah.
And then I think
mental little prep moment.
And then it's scary because I'm like, wow, all of you people sat watching, all 37 of you, you're here because of me. So that was then like, oh shit, I've got
to show the fuck up.
I've got to, yeah, I have to kind of, it feels like sometimes you have to prove yourself.
Yeah,
even though
which you don't, because they're all paying to be there anyway.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? It's just weird.
Yeah, no, okay. I think there is something really to say about mental preparation of like some of the best classes I feel like I've done well at, or anything, like videography, whatever. It's the times where I walk in with that, I'm going to fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do the best that I can do. And having that little mental conversation just before seems to really reset the...
And that's
like just before we jumped on this podcast, I was a little bit stressed.
Yeah, you were.
And I was like, can we just chill for 5 minutes?
You've been a hot mess this morning.
I've been a hot mess. And I was like, can we just chill for 5 minutes? Because I just felt like I needed that.
Get in the zone.
Get in the zone, relax, get into it sort of thing. Or else I would have been hyper.
And I've spoken about this before. And I always say, like, if someone says, what's your special skill? I always go auditions. Like, because I could say I know I have an audition at this time. I know how to prepare myself, like physically and mentally, to get ready to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I have this thing in my head where I think, obviously I've done it so many times, where it's like, even if I'm nervous, I know how to mask it.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to get through it. But then I go into competitive mode.
Yeah.
I go into I'm gonna
roast.
try and roast everyone, and I don't think like I'm gonna get the job. In my brain, I've already got it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I really try and tell myself like this isn't you showing them that like they might want to hire you. This is you just like cementing and solidifying the fact that you're good enough. You're already on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But with groups or solos and stuff like that, I don't do that same preparation.
Why?
Because I don't have I'm teaching.
Okay.
I'm normally doing
You're
stuff.
not competitive, Kane.
No.
You're leader, Kane.
I'm leader Kane. I'm running the room.
Mm-hmm.
I have to hold the room. I have to hold a conversation when I finish dancing. I have to talk to everyone again. Like there's so many other things. So it's harder for me to get into that place.
That's interesting.
Mm.
So, takeaways. With cameras in room, because we kind of beelined
Yeah,
here.
we beelined hard. Cameras in the room. I just think get used to it. Like get more comfortable with it there.
And I think the volume's increasing. Like cameras are everywhere now.
Everywhere.
Like I was saying this to, I sent you a Alexander Chung class being Chung?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Do you not?
No.
I was saying that.
It wouldn't load. I had no signal. But I will watch it now.
What I was saying is there's professional videography lighting in every studio now.
Yeah.
Like nothing's being filmed just from the standard top-down lights. Like
Yeah.
everyone's got lights off and they're bringing lights to sets
Yeah.
now. Not sets, sorry, to classes.
Yeah, it's production.
Production, yeah. I mean, like you look at what we fucking do. It's like
Yeah,
Hollywood, Bollywood.
Bollywood. That's what I call it.
Um,
It goes Hollywood and Bollywood. Bro. We're not quite there.
It's not even Bollywood, is it really?
Swindonwood.
But like, there's a videographer and a lighting setup. That seems to be in like every class now.
But that's what I mean. So I feel like now it's, it's kind of the standard that there's going to be a cameraman or a camera. So start like just welcoming it. Start being like, I'm going to be on camera today.
Yeah, and have that mental prep.
And have that mental prep.
Yeah.
But then, also, I don't feel like you need to film everything for everyone to see.
I think I think
you can
actually
film everything.
I think like there's so many benefits to filming everything and then just watching it back for you. Like analyze it. What are your feet doing, what are your hips doing, what are your knees doing, what are your torso doing.
Yeah.
Something that I do a lot is I'll watch, let's say I'm watching a video of you. Perv. I'll watch or like a choreographer, I'll watch the feet first, then I'll watch the knees, then I'll watch the hips, then I'll watch the torso
analyze.
to see what each sector of their body is doing and then glue it all together.
Yeah, to help you understand why things are happening.
Why things are happening the way they are. And then, so I would apply that same methodology to your own.
Should I tell you what I made the students do today?
Go
On Friday.
Today? I was going to say, but
Wasn't today. This week, on Friday, I taught away from the mirrors all day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we used no mirrors all day because I really wanted them. So throughout the week of teaching, I've taught lots of first years. I've taught first, second, and third years all week. And I noticed a lot of the time, although the mirror is a tool, it's to help us get better, it's also a big detriment. I think some people or a lot of students will stare in the mirror and not like what they see, so retract. So instead of being like, I'm going to try and do it like this because this will feel better or this will be cooler, they don't like their initial choice. So then they're too afraid to try something else because they're afraid of like looking silly.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So they're a bit,
Which makes them look more silly.
yeah, of course, but they don't see that. They just don't like what they see. So it becomes like then they're self-conscious. Then there's doubt, and as soon as there's doubt and no confidence, it's so hard to grow. Like I preach this all the time. The people who improve the quickest are the ones who are the most confident. Like, because you're less afraid. Like you're more open to try things because you're so sure of what's going on. So I was like, right, we're going to face away from the mirrors. And I want you to figure out what everything feels like and try and find new feelings and new stuff than worrying about what it looks like.
Well, this was my biggest takeaway from Vicky Clark's last podcast actually. She said something about concentrating what it feels like rather than what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes so much sense. That's a big moment for me.
So I was making them dance away from the mirrors because we were really trying to use our torso and trying to find new level changes within the routine. And weird angles, and I wanted them to make choices where like there was a moment where I was like, right, you're off balance and you're gonna walk like you've slipped on a banana and then you're a bit drunk. Like those are like the references I was giving them. But I was like, But if they know what it looks like, are they going to commit to that thing? Because they're going to go, that looks stupid.
See,
So then they're going to try and make it look cool.
Yeah,
Because they're going to worry about what it looks like. So then they're going to be like, well, this is going to look cooler. But I want you to figure out what feels nicer
like
for your
slipping off a
body.
bar and you're drunk.
Yeah. And then like, I want you to think about what it's going to feel like. And then you're going to commit to that feeling. And then it's probably going to look better because you're going to sell it.
I wonder if all classes follow their first learning sector. Like you learn it facing away from the mirrors and then you clean through the mirrors. I wonder if that was like the normal training structure. What would that look like?
I think with third years, I'm going to start doing away from the mirrors. Like, I don't know if I'll do it every lesson, but I'm definitely going to do it more often. I had more fun as well.
Okay.
Like, I had fun because I felt like if people would check out, like, say they're in class and like someone's tired and they have a moment where they check out, sometimes as a teacher, that's quite disheartening. I couldn't see that.
Okay. So you're in your own little bubble.
Well, yeah, it was on them, and it was kind of on them to make sure they were engaged with me.
Yeah.
And on me having to feel like I had to sell to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes as a teacher, you feel like you're fucking doing a stand-up show. Like, you know what I mean? You feel like you're in the middle of a show because you're constantly trying to
provide the energy.
Whereas I was like, okay, now it's even more of a team effort because you all have to put in more effort to see what's going on.
Yeah. Interesting.
And actually, because it was harder for them to learn and they couldn't rely on just copying what they see, they had to focus more.
They had to work out the weight transfers. And,
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice. And on that note, done.
We out.
Subscribe, motherfucker. French fries, motherfucker.
Watch me on camera. Peace. One love. Don't know when this is going to be out this week.
Maybe.
I'm teaching at base on Friday the 21st and Friday the 28th at 5:30 p.m. covering the wonderful Vicky Clark. Please subscribe or no, don't subscribe. Please book on via the base app. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
One love.
Peace.